the red card decision. Look, David was complaining bitterly about a free kick earlier on before the ball goes through, but he was clearly going just away from goal, wasn't he? He wasn't going direct to goal.
I think so, and I had a little bit of a debate over social media last night with a couple of our colleagues. Max Rushton mainly. Well, Max Rushton. And Max was like, well, if it was at the other end, you'd be screaming for a penalty and I'd be like, up for a red card.
See,
I was like, but I wouldn't be. I honestly wouldn't be. I didn't think that was a red card challenge. I thought it was a soft free kick. He did foul him because he shouldn't have done that, Cresswell. But it was a soft one, and his touch was going slightly away from goal. So for me, it wasn't a clear goal scoring opportunity.
And I wouldn't worry about Max Rushton. He used to debate and complain to his physics teacher at Cambridge University. Don't take any notice of him.
Yeah, but it wasn't even just that. I mean, obviously that was a massive decision and massive moment in the match, and it changed the match. And I thought West Ham fought for everything and did really well to get the draw. But actually, when you stop in play, when West Ham have got good possession of football, and you stop in play because their players going down with cramp, where does it say in the rules that is what you're supposed to do? The only time the referee should stop the game if it's a horrendous injury or a head injury. They're the only two times. So he was almost interpreting the game in his own way, and I thought that was a big advantage for the Lyon players. And I understand why David Moyes couldn't say a word to Moose last night when he did his interview. He couldn't say a word about the referee because as soon as he would have started, he would have gone on and got himself into all kinds of trouble, and it would have cost him money, and he might have got fined from UEFA and all the rest of it. So I understand that, but listen, David Moyes is a manager. He's not a moaner. He'll accept, referees are human and they do make certain decisions. But that one, he just couldn't take it, and I think he was so frustrated on the night.
In the end, Trev, it was a good result for West Ham with circumstances, but performances-wise, they've been a lot better, haven't they, in the Premier League? They wasn't up to speed as well as they have been doing.
Yeah, and I agree, Ray. I think looking at it now and analysing the game, I think they played 4-4-1-1, and I think we should match them up. Because I think individually, if we match them up, and a little bit like when I watched Real Madrid go to Stamford Bridge on Tuesday, I thought Thomas Tuchel got it completely wrong. He played a 3-4-3. Yeah. That meant two players in the middle of the park against.
Flat
you've got
back
probably
four.
three.
Should have been.
You got Toni Kroos, you got Casemiro, and you've got the Croatian boy Modric. I mean, there's only going to be one winner in that battle in the middle of the park, and that's why they got so much time to put balls into the box for Benzema to get his hat-trick. But going back to West Ham, I think if we match them up 4-4-1-1, I think we're better than them. I thought Declan Rice, and I've been the biggest fan of Declan Rice, I thought he was quite quiet last night, especially in the first half. He was too deep. Now, that's because of the positional play that they're playing a 4-2-3-1. Now, if they play a 4-4-1-1, and you say to Souček and say to Rice, lock arms with them, win your battles. And then everywhere else, everyone's got a responsibility to win there. If you win 6 or 7 individual battles, more often than not, you're going to win that match. Yeah. So I'd like them to go to Lyon and play 4-4-1-1, match them up and showcase how good the Premier League players are.
I don't know if you heard earlier, Trevor, and you might agree with him. He was so negative for me, the Moose. Oh, dear. He's like, just send the academy to Brentford. Don't worry about the Premier League now. Just concentrate on Europe. You can't do that.
No.
The finishing line's in sight here, and if Arsenal and Tottenham do slip up and West Ham can continue on a roll, who knows? So you've got to go for it, I think.
Well, I think so, and I think if you've got certain players that you can rotate with like for like, you could probably put a centre-half in there and give maybe Dawson a rest, because I thought Dawson was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
He did what it says to do as a centre-half, head the ball, kick the ball, went under defence, and then he was quite good in possession. I think Antonio will need a rest, but he can play 60 minutes. He can play him for 60 minutes. He can run himself into the ground for 60 minutes. That's not going to affect him 4 days down the line. And probably Bowen, I would play 60 minutes as well. Get him on the pitch, start him. But you can't go into a game against Brentford. It's London Derby. West Ham fans want to see us finish as high as possible in the Premier League, and you can't just throw the kids in there and say we're putting all our eggs in one basket to go for the Europa League. No chance. Go for it this weekend, and the key players who you think might be a little bit fatigued, get them on for an hour and then rest them up.
By the way, talking about defending, Trev, how well did Celtic defend at Ibrox?
Oh,
fantastic!
What a win! That's it. It's wrapped up, isn't it? It's got to be.
You know, Rangers still got to we get the semi-final, and Rangers still got to go to Parkhead, but it's definitely a massive advantage.
That second half, though, they was pushing, weren't they, Rangers?
Oh, yeah.
And to be fair, they were brilliant.
They could have had a bit of luck, but defensively,
very good.
The two centre-backs were magnificent.
I think Carter Vickers has been brilliant. I mentioned him last week on the show when I was just naming a couple of players. I said Carter Vickers, for me, you know, I think he's as tall as he is wide. His shoulders are absolutely massive, and he's very brave. He puts his head in where it hurts. He got his goal as well. I was really pleased about that. But I just thought Ange Postecoglou, he's got to be manager of the year up there. Yeah. What he's had to do, you know, taking over from Kennedy, the club where it was, they had no players. The captain was leaving. This, that, and the boys are going down south to play for Bournemouth. And then he's got the boys. He's consolidated it. He's brought in some great recruitment and. What a season he's having. I think
Manchester United are in for him now. Alan's face.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.